Bringing you now some international news. We've all been talking about the stunning bridge collapse visual that has emerged from the United States of America, where the ship that literally barged into landing up and through the bridge, which collapsed and within seconds. And then in the past few hours, more visuals have emerged of the scenario. Now, as you must have also noticed, headlight of several vehicles were seen on the bridge as huge spans collapsed into the Patapsco River, and the ship then caught fire. We're informed that about 20 people are missing after the collapse, which plunged also a construction crew as well as some vehicles into dangerously cold waters at this time. All 22 crew members who were aboard the container ship that crashed into the bridge were Indians who alerted the authorities immediately about a power issue before the collision. The crew is said to be safe and secure. President Joe Biden has promised federal government aid to rebuild the collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge, and the government, their administration of Baltimore, has also appreciated how the emergency scenario was handled by the crew on board. Listen in to reactions.
Everything so far indicates that this was a terrible accident. At this time, we have no other indication, no other reason to believe there's any intentional act here. Personnel on board the ship were able to alert the Maryland Department of Transportation that they had lost control of their vessel, as you all know and reported. As a result, local authorities were able to close the bridge to traffic before the bridge was struck, which undoubtedly saved lives. Our prayers are with everyone involved in this terrible accident and all the families, especially those waiting for the news of their loved one right now.
We are still investigating what happened, but we are quickly gathering details. The preliminary investigation points to an accident. We haven't seen any credible evidence of a terrorist attack. Our administration is working closely with leaders from all levels of government and society to respond to this crisis, and not but just by addressing the immediate aftermath, but also by building a state that is more resilient and a state that's more safe. That is our pledge, and that's our commitment.
In many ways, our work is just beginning to rebuild this bridge and deal with impacts in the meantime, to reopen this port and deal with supply chain impacts in the meantime. But today we are most acutely focused on the emergency operations underway and on the families that have been impacted.
Do you have any information on the crew that was on board, their nationality? Were there 22 Indians on board? Apparently there's a report that says there were 22 Indians who were on board there.
The question is who was on board the vessel and nationalities. I've heard conflicting information on that as well. We will have to get back to you on that.